Question. Are you just surviving or are you thriving? So I'm Beverly with Beverly Hills Health and Wellness Coaching, and I was sitting here doing some work and I thought, let me just turn the camera on and talk to my ladies. I was reflecting on my year and realizing that I've had such a phenomenal year of experiences. And I heard some statistics about the number of places that Americans travel to. And it's only like three or four states out of the 50 some states that we have in the United States. And when they gave this list, I had traveled to nearly all of them. And I was thinking about my year of travel where I chose Beverly. I chose to live a phenomenal experience. And I have traveled 40 years. This is domestically and internationally. And I think I need to do a series to talk about putting yourself out in life to experience life that is totally different than what you grew up with, or maybe what you have been taught. There is so much to life. And if you don't choose you, if you don't choose to thrive, you're just existing in life. And there's so much for you. There's so much that I want to encourage you to lean into. When I think about this year, I had a major decision. It's like, okay, I could play it safe or I can just jump and let the universe catch me. And that's what I did. And it ended up being 2 months of living in Paris, doing a road trip throughout the Netherlands. I ended up taking French courses. I ended up meeting phenomenal women around the world and several men. And we're still in communication now. And we're even talking about something that we can do for the next year. But it began with a decision like, am I going to keep existing or am I going to lean in and see what life has for me? And it's been phenomenal. Just weeks ago, I was in Egypt and I have a little piece of jewelry. This is the Eye of Horus, and this is Isis on my armband. And thinking about walking through the temples, remembering seeing those in images and thinking, one day I need to go to the continent of Africa. As a Black woman, I need to be in these spaces. I literally had worked in Africa many years ago, worked in Ethiopia, so it wasn't my first time on the continent. But Africa, when you think about all of the different countries there's like 54 different countries. But when you think of the pyramids, and especially as a woman, all of the power that these women had back in the year where they leaned into their ability to heal and to nurture families and have ways of just dominating as a woman to support society. And looking where we are today in the United States, and we're choosing to be on this treadmill of existence. Oh, Egypt helped wake some things up for me. And I want to have these conversations with you, ladies, and let you know that menopause might be challenging for you, but if you look over your whole life, there's been challenges that you had, but you overcame them. And menopause is a way that your body is letting you know more change is coming. We need to lean into different ways to adapt to these changes, but there's something even greater and even better up the road. But you have to choose it for yourself, because if not, you'll focus on the things that's wrong. You'll focus on another year getting older, and it can be an even better life, ladies. I'm here to let you know. I was thinking about the places that I've traveled out of the country. I don't have the list now, but at one point I had this global map, and you put these pins in these places around the globe. And all of the major places that I wanted to travel, I had been to: Africa, Asia, Central America, North America, Canada, went to Hawaii, and I cannot remember. There's just so many. The decades that I've spent traveling, and what that travel has done for me, what that travel has given to me, no book can give you that. You literally have to decide, I want to see what life has for me. And as you step out, there's so many things that you learn, so many things that changes who you are as an individual. It gives you a totally different perspective. And I give you like one example. I lived in Japan for years, and I had to learn how to drive on the left side of the street. And that seems a little crazy. And it's like you would think everybody would be crashing into each other. They were flawlessly moving. And it's just a different shift in mindset. You spend all of your life in the United States driving on the right side, and there's other people in other parts of the world who are functioning just perfectly doing the total opposite. And for us as women, being here in the United States, we've seen life for the most part here. And as you go to other countries around the world, the Middle East, Eastern, there's just so much to how we thrive as women as we age and mature. And that's not being shown to us, ladies, here in the United States. It's all about, oh, you need all of this medicine, or you need to go and get all of this therapy. And it might be times where you need some of this support, but everything that we have is within us. We just have to get out of our own way and go out and put ourselves in spaces so we can learn from other environments and from other people. And I am truly grateful about what I've learned, and also been able to support and help other women that I've worked with in my coaching business to see life beyond where they are today. There's just so much for you, ladies. And I tell you, one of the things that I really would like to do is have a retreat in some of the places that I've traveled to and bring you along. How many of you even have a passport? I had asked someone that I know, they were like, girl, I don't even have a driver's license. It's just like, what? There's so much, ladies. There's this book that was written by, I think her name is Bonnie Ware. She was a nurse, and she was in the area of working with individuals who were in hospice and like going through the last phases of their life. And she was documenting the conversations that she had with these individuals. And the one thing that was far preceding anything of these conversations that she had with these people was regret. Like, I wish I had did this, or I wish I had enjoyed life more. I wish I had traveled. I wish I had written a book. Like all of these regrets. And once you make it to this point in your life, baby, the runway ahead is much shorter than where you've been. So lean all in. What is those things that you have thought about that you haven't leaned into, or you are just existing and not choosing to thrive? This is where the joy comes in. The phase of absolutely bringing in the joy of life. And when I was in Paris, there's a phrase that I came up to lean into, to embrace, that is like truly part of the way I'm moving now. It's called joy de vivre. And this is the joy of life. And if you know that you're not having joy in your life, that can be changed. It's a choice, and sometimes you need somebody to hold your hand and help you navigate that chasm to get to your joy, because this is it. This is the time. So I was just wanting to share this with you from my heart, because I put myself out there. I did some courageous things, and the experiences that I've had, phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So I want to encourage you, if you're looking at your life and you're trying to decide, like, my life is not going to look any different next week, next year, next couple of years, unless I do something different. I have so much that I can share on how to take these steps into another phase where you bring joy into your life. Because I'm not saying life is perfect. I'm not saying I don't have my situations that I navigate through, because that's life. But you have to make a decision about what you want that to be for you, and not let your circumstances or situations pull you under. Joy is always out there, but you have to make that decision for yourself. So I'm looking at, there's so many comments that are flying up, and I want to say hello to you. It's always so amazing to see people that show up and say hello and lean into the message. And I am just so grateful. Thank you so much for your comments. I love being here. I love talking to you, and my commitment as I go forward is to share a little more personally about these journeys that I've taken, so you can see a possibility of leaning into these journeys for yourself. Because as the calendar flips, this is our lives. So, what is it that's calling you forward on this journey ahead? I want to inspire you to lean into it. And as I look forward to the year ahead and think about, like, what do I want to manifest in this next part of my year, have these conversations and be in communication and community with other women, and we can kind of have this circle and have these conversations together, because life can get even better. When I was in Egypt, there was so much that was downloaded that I got to understand about the wisdom of the wise woman. And I did a event. It was called um, Menopause Unveiled, and this was about the mother, the maiden, and the crone. Here in the United States, we've been sold so much of a narrative to take away our true power. We are absolutely powerful as women. And I think as the years start to unfold going forward, we're going to see more women stepping into this space, because the patriarchy, it's crumbling. It's crumbling. This feminine power is coming forward, and we have to know how powerful we are in this stage, ladies. Don't let them take that power from you. So with that, I'm going to say again, thank you for being here. Thank you for all of the comments. I'm going to go back through and respond to them. But let's keep the conversation going. What is something that is inspiring you going forward? Put it in the comments and let's have the conversation. All right, ladies, I'm going to say bye. So good to be with you. Take care.